One of the first things Parker and I love to do when we travel to a beachy location is to put our toes in the sand.
But going to the best beaches isn't the only reason why we came here to Hawaii.
So a festival that has been on our radar for a while and on our bucket list to try ourselves is the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival. And this summer, we got an invitation to join in on the fun.
It was honestly like time that we tried something new. So normally we go to Hawaii to catch the biggest surf, and this year we get the arts. Babe, we made it.
We did, it's official. We're on the Big Island.
It is gorgeous. Look at that water, it is stunning.
I love Hawaii, and I can't wait to explore all the things that the Big Island has to offer, especially the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival. In case you aren't familiar with this festival, the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival brings in young and aspiring artists from around the world to train and study with artists and expert coaches, and then present shows and performances to live audiences both locally and to travelers like us.
So I know we have a pretty jam-packed schedule coming up here, but what's first on the agenda?
Well, one of the first things I want to do is meet up with the artists and get to know them a little bit more. And, you know, the festival is so great because they not only give them the opportunity for them to perform here on the Big Island, but they also give them the experience to learn more about the culture and the history of Hawaii.
Very cool.
I think it's really awesome.
Very cool.
And so today, when we meet up with the artists, we're actually going to go to one of their classes where they are going to be learning how to make a lei with an expert lei maker.
Wow.
So we'll get to learn how to make one and a little bit more about the history of it.
I love it. That sounds great.
Yeah. Let's just put it this way, Parker and I were not very good at it at first. That looks so bad. We are stuck.
We're struggling.
I'm so sorry.
Aloha, I'm Lahala Spencer with Mohalu Hawaii, and you can find us here in Waimea on the island of Hawaii.
Always on the right, and it has to be tight so that it doesn't slip out.
That's what's going on.
Right.
Okay, so it's a tight twist.
Yeah.
And then you keep twisting.
Oh, I
Okay.
can do this part, Parker.
Oh, now you can? Now that you got it started?
Look at me. Oh, I'm
All
so
right,
good
look
at
what we
this.
did, guys. Let's skip ahead.
The lei that we're doing today, the la'i, one of the foundational purposes is spiritual protection. It's really to incorporate Hawaii with them into the festival, every intention, all of the lessons that they've learned. But for la'i, it does provide spiritual protection, so that'll encompass their time that's here throughout the festival that they can now take with them.
Wasn't it so fun?
So much fun. You kidding me?
I think I did a pretty good job.
You did a great job.
It's the perfect length. And this is the perfect way to start out the festival.
Absolutely.
To really get to know the culture, and now I'm ready to embrace it with my spiritual protection.
Let's get our lei on, baby.
Okay. So we've met a few of the artists, but now I'm excited to see them perform. So we're heading to the Kahilu Theater to see how they're getting ready for their first performance of Magic Flute, which is one of my favorites.
I know.
And something else I love, which you know about this, is a backstage tour. I like to get to know the performers, see how it's coming together, because then I can connect with it personally. So today I'm going to meet with JW and Kathleen to hear a little bit more about what makes this so exciting. Hi, Kathleen.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, we're on the stage. I love it. It's always good to get the stage view, right?
Absolutely.
It's to see what the actors are seeing.
Absolutely. They get to see the world out there, the world up here. Yeah.
So you've been on many stages around the world doing opera, but what are you most looking forward to now being here on the Big Island for the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival?
It's a great place to work. The level of the singers is amazingly high. So and it's really nice to get to work with these students from all over the world.
Yeah.
Also the musicians in the pit are spectacular. They're also from really high quality orchestras around the world.
Wow.
So that's nice too. And I just like being in Hawaii. It's a magical
isn't it
place.
amazing?
Yeah,
the sun, the humidity. Whew.
It's
a lot.
I'm from South Florida, so humidity's
so
fine.
you're used to it.
But it's just, I mean, it's a special place. It's like it helps bring the magic to Magic Flute. Really, it's got that quality about it.
So true. The Magic Flute is one of my favorite operas, actually, and it's very grand. And usually it can take weeks, months to put together. How much time have you had to prep for this with the artists here?
Super short.
Yeah, tell me about that.
So we had 2 weeks of rehearsal in the room and a week on stage. People arrived on island on Sunday. They had a day off on Monday to sort of, adapt to the time change.
Yep.
They had music all day Tuesday, and then we started rehearsal. So all in all, we probably had 8 days in a rehearsal room, and then we had to transfer to stage, which is typically we would do 3 weeks in a room, and then a week on stage. So it's a very short process, but it's come together, and it's exciting, and it's a good challenge for all of us.
Yeah. Well, I'm so excited to see this. I think I'm going to go backstage now to meet up with JW. I want to see more about the costumes and a little bit more about his role, but it's so good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks
for coming.
Of course. So good to see you. Thanks for letting me into your dressing room. This is so cool. All the fun costumes back here. This is where the magic happens.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about this production?
I feel wonderful about it. Obviously, just coming off of the high of performing it, I'm riding that adrenaline wave.
Oh, yeah.
It always feels so good. And to just share the music with the other people on stage is really the reason that I enjoy doing it so much.
What's been your favorite thing about this festival? You've been here for about 3 weeks now, getting ready for the grand opening of your performance. What's been one of your favorite aspects for you?
Well, I mean, it's hard to beat being here on the Big Island. It's an opportunity to learn about Hawaiian culture and not just sort of be here incidentally, but to be purposeful about it. And so we've not only just like gone through and made the leis and learned some hula dancing, but like it comes along with talks about what the depth of meaning is behind those activities, what the true depictions of those activities are in media versus what you might see all the time. A lot of times these cultures are getting mixed up. Tahiti and Hawaii and other Polynesian cultures. So it's very interesting to get like a real sense of the place we're in, even though much of our time is in rehearsal.
Right. So has some of this inspiration, learning about the culture, seeped into your performance here?
I think so. I mean, the very first lecture we had about Hawaiian culture was about the concept of aloha, and I won't pretend to be an expert on it, but this sense of caring for one another, for caring for the place you are, walking through life with grace and compassion, and all of those big ideas that sort of encapsulate what it means to be a Hawaiian, I guess, and the sense of what it is to stay on this island. Those have, of course, crept their way into the rehearsals because we are here and we are getting to feel that spirit in our daily lives. So in rehearsal, we're gonna take care of one another. We're gonna, even if you're singing a duet, for instance, you're listening to the other person and you're thinking, how can I best support them, and how can they support me, and we can talk about it and create a better product in the end as a result of it.
Okay, well, talk to me about your costume. Tell me about a little bit of the inspiration. I love this brooch going on.
Yeah, it's a real subtle look.
It looks great.
He's
You got a cape. Show the cape.
Tamino's a prince.
Look at that.
So
you got a cape and everything. I mean, you totally look like a prince.
He's a prince.
Great.
But he's kind of like an understated prince. So we've gone with earth tone.
With the earth tone. The Hawaiian earth tone prince. I love it. Well, I can't wait to see your performance this evening, and congratulations on your debut here in Hawaii, your first trip. So good to see you.
I just think it's super awesome that you actually got to hang out with JW and Kathleen.
I know, they're so nice and so talented. And Kathleen coming all the way from the Metropolitan Opera, that is a long flight. But it is so worth it because all the rehearsals are coming together. And now that we've done that backstage tour, we're off to see the performance.
Now that we've seen our first performance with the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival, Carrie and I actually get to hang out with the executive director, Justin, over a cup of joe to learn about everything that goes on in terms of the making of the festival.
Oh my gosh, this is so beautiful.
Isn't it?
Like I have a little bear in mine.
This is like caffeinated paradise.
We have been loving the festival. It's been so much fun, hasn't it?
Oh my
Gosh, everything we've done has been top to bottom.
It's been a blast.
Amazing.
Good.
Such a blast. But I'm curious, how did you originally get started being a part of the festival?
Yeah, I first came to the festival as a singer in 2009. As a young artist coming to study and to perform.
Very cool.
Came back a couple of years later and then was invited to join the faculty in 2015.
Wow.
And then upon doing that, I was given a couple of jobs, administrative duties, and eventually was handed the keys, and they said, well, this is now your responsibility. And so, here we are, 14 years later.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite, thing about being the executive director? I know you're busy. We barely had any time to get together this year. What's the best thing you like about this role?
It's a project that takes about 18 months to see through, right, from start to finish in terms of any one given season. And the biggest thrill for me is just to see people, young artists coming here, and to just be immersed in the culture and the environment of Hawaii, and to be able to be so at home and at peace, to be making these artistic discoveries, through this process, because artistry is so vulnerable, right? And when we as individuals are at peace and at ease, I think we can more truly connect to what we're trying to communicate. And that's been a real big thrill for me to see, with our young artists.
That's one of the reasons why it's significantly different from other summer festivals. But for you, is there anything else that really stands this apart from other festivals out there?
Right, and so when you sell it to people, right, the first word is Hawaii, and they say yes, I'll be there.
So we did.
But it's so much more than just Hawaii. It's
true.
It's an environment in which people from all walks of life get to come together and to collaborate and to create something really significant.
Yeah.
And I think what makes us particularly unique are the people that we bring in, and the ohana that's created.
Yeah.
We refer to HPAF not as HPAF, but the HPAF ohana. If you are a member of our family, you are for years, and you come back and people remember you. I mean, I was here as a student in 2009, and I came back years later, and people are like, Justin, and I thought to myself, oh my gosh,
Do you remember me?
where? I saw you in, in the production, and I'm thinking to myself, wow, the sense of community here is significant, and that's something really special.
How do you select which artists participate in the festival, and then also how do you choose which productions you present each year?
Yeah, that's a great question. So every year we have auditions, and we hear submissions from artists around the world. There are some artists here from Hawaii, and then we have people from, I think at this point, most countries have been represented over the 20 years we've been doing this. So it's pretty exciting to be able to, select these young artists who the team feels are really promising in terms of what they can achieve in their careers. So to answer your second question in regard to the program for the season, because that's pretty significant. We do operas, we do musicals, combination thereof. Yeah, and so we try to find repertoire that speaks to the needs of young artists, what they might need in their training, but also trying to find repertoire that speaks to the community and those folks who are going to be coming to see the productions, something that they can relate to. Sort of fun last year was Hair. 1968 rock musical, and really, talking about community and ohana, and that's something that I think everybody here can really relate to and understand.
I heard you have a really cool excursion up your sleeve for us. Can you talk about what we're doing?
What are we doing?
Listen, there are so many things to see here, and I thought, what better way to see it than to do it all at once? And there's only one way to do that.
What?
So, are you down for a little bird's eye view?
Bird's eye view?
Bird's eye view.
What do you mean?
Let's do a copter. How does that sound?
Oh my
A
god.
helicopter? Oh my gosh.
We'll take you on the grand tour. Let's finish our caffeine, right, shall we?
Oh my gosh.
Cheers.
The HPAF.
When Justin said helicopter, I was not expecting that. Were you?
No.
I've never been in a helicopter.
I mean, executive director talking about a helicopter. I mean, my best friend's a helicopter pilot, and I've been with him, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But to go experience this, on a big island with the executive director of the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival, I was literally taken away.
Me too. Hi.
Hi. Welcome.
Thank you.
Ready to go flying?
Yes, I'm so excited. What are we going to see today?
So the volcano, the waterfalls, the most amazing sights you've ever seen. This is the
Bird's
way to
eye
do it.
view.
You got it.
Let's go.
In the middle of the bay, you see there's a little bit of a black spot, kind of almost in the center. Yeah, that's a huge school of fish.
It's so much fun to see the island from up here, huh?
To our right, that's Mauna Kea. Mauna Kea is the tallest in all of Hawaii, 13,796 feet. These little hills are called pu'us. That's a Hawaiian word for it, right? It's a little eruption site. It's a cinder cone. Lava once came out of the ground. It's amazing how sheer these cliffs are, just straight down.
Wow, here we go. Oh my gosh, look at all these waterfalls ahead. Gorgeous.
Formation on the left is known as the keyhole. The keyhole is home to the tallest waterfall on the island, Waihilau, a half a mile top to bottom.
Wow.
Wow, look at that thing.
I honestly was in tears because I've seen things like that, right, in the Jurassic Park or just on, I don't know, Nat Geo, but seeing it firsthand, it's undescribable. It really is.
So really the only way to get up and close like we did was from helicopter. And honestly, I'm so happy that Blue Hawaiian kind of hooked this whole thing up because without them saying, hey, let's do this and show you an island from a different point of view, we would never have been able to see that.
I can officially say I'm addicted to helicopters. I want to do that again.
Love that, new fan.
Yes, new fan.
So I know you've had a great time talking with some of the cast and crew of the Magic Flute.
Love that.
That was great. So
fun.
I've arranged for you to go backstage with Into the Woods cast tomorrow.
Okay, well, we'll see you there, and then afterwards, the Aloha party, right?
That's right.
The rap
big
party.
Finale.
Woo!
That's
Can't
right.
wait.
Can't wait.
Fun. I'm so excited that Justin hooked me up with some more backstage meet and greets, and today I'm back at the Kahilu Theater, and I'm meeting up with Yameka Stern, who plays the witch, and Josh Freeland, who plays Cinderella's prince in the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival's production of Into the Woods. I can't wait to get a peek of their costumes and see how they've transformed the stage for one of my all-time favorite musicals. Hey Yameka, how are you?
Hi Carrie.
I love this dress.
Thank you so much.
This is gonna be so much fun seeing you come
really will
to The Witch, all the good things. Okay, so tell me, where are you from and what are you studying?
I'm from East Windsor, Connecticut, and right now I'm at NYU Steinhardt studying vocal performance with a concentration in musical theater.
Ooh, very cool.
Yes.
That's exciting.
It really is.
And you've been to this festival before.
I have.
So tell me, what made you want to come back and what have you enjoyed most about this season?
I wanted to come back because I had such a good time last year working with the various voice faculty that is here, and I really thought that this program really helped me grow.
Awesome.
As a performer. So, yeah.
That's awesome. Hey, those are good reasons. And you're in Hawaii, right?
I am in Hawaii. It's amazing.
I love that. I'm curious, what are some challenges that you've had to overcome, or maybe some surprises that you've discovered about yourself in this role, or even about the role of the witch?
One of the surprises that I've had with this role is the physicality. So at the beginning of the show, the witch is like a real hag witch, right. and does not look like this.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the big deal.
And so the physicality of that and learning how to sing in a new, more hunched posture has been something very interesting for me.
Let's talk about visually getting ready for the witch.
On top of this, I wear this very heavy, like 10 or 20 pound robe. And then I have a gray wig that's attached to a hat, and I have these gloves with really long nails.
So I'm looking forward to seeing how your costume is getting together, but it's good to get a peek about this, and I'm actually gonna meet up with Josh to hear more about his role as the wolf and Cinderella's prince. Hey Josh,
hey.
Or should I say Cinderella's prince?
Sure.
So good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
I have to ask, where are you from and what are you currently studying?
Sure, so I'm originally from Michigan, but I moved to New York City last August, and now I'm doing a master's at NYU Steinhardt.
Wow,
yes.
So you're busy singing.
Yes, busy, teaching as well. My master's degree is in voice pedagogy.
So you've been to the festival before. I'm curious, when you went home from last year, did you find that what you learned here seeped into your teaching or your performances?
Sure. Yeah, one of the cool things about this festival in particular is that it's not just about the performance. There's a ton of training aspects involved, especially in multiple disciplines. Like, for example, there's acting training. And so definitely a lot of the acting coaching that I'd gotten here, I'd never heard before. And I was able to really step right into my master's program running with that. So that was incredibly helpful.
Well, that's a good reason to come back. So I'm glad you're here.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's talk about this role. You're not only Cinderella's prince, but you're the wolf and you're also the understudy for the baker.
Right.
That's a lot of roles.
It's a lot, yeah.
What is your trick to go from role to role?
The cool thing about the wolf and Cinderella's prince is they're sort of the same character through a different lens, right? They both acknowledge that they're the top of their respective food chains. So there's really a lot of parity between the two. The hardest part is truthfully the costumes. The quick change is pretty wild.
Because you got lots of layers, not only on this one, but also with the wolf.
Yes,
lots
indeed.
of layers, and I love how this costume has come together. You look very regal.
Well, thank you very much.
In your perspective, what do you think makes this show, Into the Woods, so iconic?
From top to bottom, the cast is pretty stacked. Like, there's really no weak link. Every song sounds beautiful. Every actor is making great imaginative choices. So I think really you can't miss.
Oh my gosh, Josh, so good to see you.
Yeah,
I
thank
can't
you
wait
very
to
much.
see this show.
Thanks.
And best luck.
I appreciate you.
Of course. It was so much fun meeting Yumeka and Josh. And as we're kind of getting those rehearsals underway, we have a few days, and I want to check off another adventure off the list.
I know, everybody's been talking about this experience that actually only happens on the Big Island of Hawaii, and it's the nighttime manta snorkel experience.
So the next thing I know, we're on a boat.
All right, guys, we are on the Big Island of Hawaii, and everybody has talked about this manta dive. So we have decided to make the adventure happen. And the great thing is our crew member that's filming this right now happens to be a pro. So we'll turn the camera around soon and get the shot of this guy giving us the bio on the background of everything manta. So come with us as we do this drive.
Here we go.
All right.
So with our mantas here on the Kona coastline, we have about 324 to this date that just live on our Kona coast. They don't go to Hilo side, they don't go to Maui or Oahu, they just live right here on our coastline their whole lives. And these guys are super famous around here. What they do, they don't do anywhere else in the world. They can get about this close and they're really good at doing backflips. These mantas that we'll see tonight too are pretty big. They go from about 6 feet all the way up to 16 feet, and they're about 100 pounds a foot. So they're just big, gentle giants, we like to call them. I also like to call them the butterflies of the ocean.
Carrie, have you ever had the chance to snorkel at nighttime?
No.
Me either. I mean, I've heard that this is the only place in the world that has this type of experience. So to me, it's like we have to check it off the list.
Got to.
And to be honest, like this helicopter ride was such an incredible moment.
So
but I think
fun.
one of the ways to experience the islands that we love is always getting on the water.
Yeah, it's not a trip until you've been on the water,
That's right. You ready for this?
Let's jump in.
All right, let's go.
I think the manta ray experience was incredible,
I was just enjoying living my best life.
but it was a rocky experience. And I all of a sudden was like, I don't feel that good. So I decided to exit. And as I was exiting, it started exiting.
You just use your imagination. Speaking of imagination, it's time to go to Into the Woods, one of my favorite fairy tale musicals. It's so much fun and I can't wait to see it.
Into the woods, and out of the woods, and happy ever after.
Oh gosh, what a fun show, right?
So cool.
So many fun songs that I feel like once I hear or see this performance, I can't stop singing it. You guys feel that way?
Into the woods to somebody's house where grandmother lives.
Grandmother's house.
Yeah.
The whole room was packed with friends, families, travelers like us, locals. Now it's a wrap, and we're going to the wrap party, which they call Aloha, with all of the students, the faculty. Justin will be there too, to just raise a glass to a wonderful festival.
And a job well done.
This wrap party was so special because it gave us a chance to get together one last time before going our separate ways to continue creating music and spreading the essence of aloha around the world. Everyone was all smiles because we not only learned and experienced aloha, we embraced it. And to us, this is the core of the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival, and we are all about it.
Now that's a festival. Can I hear that?